Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's worship our teacher. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dharma friends, today we're going to learn a beautiful sutta. It is come in the Anguttara Nikaya, book of 5. And the sutta is about virtuous behavior, ethics on it. The sutta explains about, in Pali it says Sīlasutta. Sīlasutta, it means virtue. Okay? So the Supreme Buddha gave in here the benefits of virtuous behavior and the harm of or dangers of virtuous behavior, non-virtuous behavior, immoral behavior. Okay, so it's very simple sutta, very very simple. When we always we should remember what is the sila is first, and why this sila is very important in our life. Then we can see the dangers and benefits of it. For when you see the path of liberation, a noble eightfold path, that is the only way or the ultimate way to escape from suffering. It includes the sila in it. Means that first is a panya, it's a wisdom. When we see the eightfold path, so the first goes to the panya, second goes to the sila, and then third goes to the samadhi, the concentration, the mindfulness. So this is very important in Buddhism, to be or having the virtuous behavior. In Buddha's time, every moment, whenever the Buddha has to teach something, he explains about the virtue and why this is important for people, or why this is important for us. Simply you say that when the Supreme Buddha teaches the Four Noble Truths, first, before teaching, Supreme Buddha says the few talks that we call Anubhubikata, the gradual talk about Dhamma. And what it explains about the Dana, then explain about Sila, and it's about Sadgata, then the what it called, the heavenly beings, and then the faults or the dangers of the sensual world or karma lok, and then he explains about how to renounce everything. So these 5 talks Supreme Buddha does. It begins with the dana, and when the Supreme Buddha explains about dana also, even in that moment Supreme Buddha explains that dana cannot be complete. Dana cannot give the result if it's not included with the sila. So even the Dakshina Vibandha Sutta, Supreme Buddha explained what is the quality of virtuous person, why the offering dana to the virtuous people is the higher result. Supreme Buddha mentioned in that. Supreme Buddha mentioned in the Ratana Sutta that The Sangha cannot become a Sangha if it is not a virtuous. He says that it's become his natural nature of the Sangha to be a virtuous people. Like Kinchapi so kammam karoti papaka kayena vacha udacheta sama ababbo so tassa patichadaya idampi sange ratanam panita. So that Sangha is there. Whatever the wrong things happen with this body or verbally, mentally, kayena vacha udacheta sama, even for the body and verbally, any misconduct, any wrongdoing happens without knowing. The person who has attained the Dhamma cannot hide it from anyone. It becomes open to all. And that is the quality Supreme Buddha says it is in Sangha. That's an important thing. See, for the one small lies, to hide it, how many lies we have to say? How much time we have to take the effort to hide it, But for virtuous person, if unknowingly they has said the lie, it is very easy for him to correct it. It's easy for them to reverse their footprint and then immediately explains that, okay, these things happen and then that. The quality of Sangha, they cannot hide it. And that makes them worthy of offering. Even when we observe the Sīla, what we say, sadhu sadhu, imani, panchasikha padani. For 5 precepts, the Buddha says, Sīlena sugatinyanti. This Sīla are formed to take us to this heavenly world. Sīlena bhoga sampada. All the wealth can come through the Sīla. Sīlena nibbhutinyanti. Even the enlightenment is dependent on the Sīla. Tasma Sīlam visodayata. Such a virtue you should keep pure. That Supreme Buddha mentioned to us when he gave the Sīla. And all the talks he explains about it's even for the Sangha, I'm telling you all the benefits of Sīla. One day, Sariputta Bhante asked from the Supreme Buddha, Bhante, in which Buddha's sasana, the dispensation was longer in this world. Okay? And the Supreme Buddha explained when some of the Buddha who taught who gave the precepts in this world, those Buddha's dispensation was extended longer time. It was in this world for longer time. So people learn Dhamma from that time longer. But the Buddha did not give the precepts. The Buddha did not give the monks their Vinaya. On that time, their dispensation was finished as soon as the Supreme Buddha and the chief disciple has passed away from this world. So naturally, Sariputta Bhante asked from the Supreme Buddha, Bhante, please give the Sīla. Please establish dispensation for longer time. And what the Supreme Buddha explained, only the necessary. When it comes the time, then Supreme Buddha gives the Sīla. Not without the cause. Not without it. So you see that what the Sīla we have today, it is because it is a necessity for us to go or to practice to attain the enlightenment. That is a necessary for this Dhamma. So everything what we do, everything what we learn, if it is for to make our Sīla more stronger, then our path for enlightenment is we are continuing. If it is not, then something is somehow there is an obstacle that we have to face in our life. Simply says that Supreme Buddha said that for the bhikkhus that the Vinaya is only established when it is necessary and needed, and that when that happened, then Supreme Buddha started to give precepts. Supreme Buddha explained the Vinaya, and after down this 2,600 years is already passed from the Supreme Buddha, and now still the dispensation is here and alive because of the Sila is there. But only when the Sila is with practice, then the Sangha is more pure and virtuous. If it is not, then not. Same goes for the lay devotees. What the Supreme Buddha explained, that when the Sila is being practiced, then the result of donation, result of dana, it is, you can be completed, it can be fulfilled entirely. If it is not, then the result of the dana will not be that much great. Like Supreme Buddha says that if the person is non-virtuous and offer to the virtuous person, the offerer is not virtuous, but who is receiving it, he has a virtuous behavior. Then Supreme Buddha explained that dana is only pure. That dana is only pure by the receiver, not by the giver. And it does not give the much merits. It may give the merits. It is giving the merit of offering, but it is not the higher merits that person expecting. Even in the one sutta, Supreme Buddha says, you know the Sumana Sutta. What does Supreme Buddha says in Sumana Sutta? The person, the difference is they offer the dana, but both are going to heavenly world because these three qualities exist in them equally. And those three qualities are very important that we should understand. The first one Supreme Buddha explained, it is called the Saddha. The Saddha is equal for both people. Second one, Supreme Buddha says that the Sila. The Sila is equal for each. And the third word, the wisdom, Panya is there, the equal Panya. So, difference is that one person offers the dana and one does not. But both are getting birth in heavenly world. And by what? Only and only establishing on these three qualities: Saddha, Sila, and Panya. So the Sila is that much important. If you want to be born in the heavenly world, then the Sila is important for that. So we should understand what is the importance of Sila in the dispensation. Because without purifying our Sila, we cannot walk on the path of Enlightenment. We cannot. So that is really, really important that we should understand the Sila and make the, or we should try to walk on it, try to work to complete the Sila. If it is not, then our journey of samsara will stays longer. We have to extend that. Once we understand that, then automatically we think how to complete our Sila. Yes, we can break it time to time, or it may break it time to time. But when we think about what virtue do for us, what is the important for us, then automatically we understand, yes, now I want to cure it. Now I want to make the Sila more proper. So today is the Sutta Sila. We're going to learn that what is the dangers of it if we don't follow the Sila for the lay people, for the common person, what is there. Supreme Buddha explained in Sīlasutta, Panchime bhikkhave adinava bhikkhus, there are these 5 dangers. Dussilasya, sila vipattiya, for an immoral person because of his deficiency in virtuous behavior. So Buddha explained, Khatame Panch, and what 5? Either bhikkhave dussilo sila vipanno pamadadi karanam mahati bhogajani nigachati. Supreme Buddha explained, here an immoral person deficient in virtuous behavior loses much wealth because of heedlessness. So the Supreme Buddha explained, when the person is immoral, when person has an immoral behavior, and because of that, this person becomes heedless, means he loses the track to be uppamad, to strive on something properly. So because of this seed, when the person is having the immoral behavior, what he does, the entire day, he is trying to find the amusing things in their life. Like if someone is working in slaughterhouse, what happens? His entire day and night is spent to thinking about the killing beings. If the person is a thief, every time he sees the house, what he thinks? He doesn't think if this house is beautiful. What he thinks, that how I can break it, how I can take something from that house. That is the thing. So what time you should spend as a for the working person, whoever the working that you goes to the work and do the job. So it doesn't come to your mind whenever you go to the shop or supermarket, or you go to visit your friends, that okay, if this is house is mine, then I will make this place is my workplace. Or you do not connect those people work related. But for the thief who is stealing all the time, everything what he sees for, I want to steal something from there. Becomes their natural thing. So because of that, he loses track of this. The person who is having the sexual misconduct, but every time this person sees someone, then he has that wrong thoughts in his mind. Then every time, then whenever the opportunity comes, every time the person tries to lie. Or simply says, if the person is taking intoxicated drinks and drugs, what happened? The following of path does not happen for them. So if someone is indulged in that, then there is no following the Dhamma. So the Buddha explains that because of his non-virtuous behavior or immorality, this person loses his wealth. If you see, there is a good, beautiful story you can understand from there. In the Supreme Buddha's time, there was one couple, and the couple was the Mahadana Seth, the merchant who has a huge amount of money, and uh, their son. Their son was a very wealthy too because of mother and father. So they thought, we do not need that our son should do anything else. We have much fun in our country, for us, that this person should, my son should just spend the money and live the happy life. And they found the wife for him who has the same interest in that. So what they did, every time they asked, they did for the parties and everything. When their mother and father is died, this son becomes the merchant by himself. And what happened? The friends took advantage of that. They went to them and they introduced him that this is drinking. Take it. It is really, really good. And that he becomes habitual of drinking. Then what happened? They asked him, okay, throw the party, you know, invite people, bring different the dancers, the singers, the instrumental artists, ask them to come. And what happened? He spent a huge amount of money on that. And gradually, slowly, everything what he had, he loses it. Because he never spent a single time or single minute on to look at their business, what is happening to it. Just spending because of his heedlessness. And gradually that person becomes poor. And what happened to him? The time came that he took the bowl in his hand with his wife and went door to door begging food. This person born rich, but everything he left just because he does not have the money or does not have the virtue, and everything gradually. So we should understand that the bad habits can take us into that direction. We have investment world also. We have several uh, examples. See, when the person become addict to any habit, drugs or drinking, what happened to them? Their entire family is disturbed. Their work is disturbed. They cannot stay in the same condition for long. Any addiction, it destroys the family. That's what we explain. Mahati bhogajanani nigacchati. The huge amount of wealth, it is loosened from their life because of their heedlessness. Ayam bhikkave patavo adinavo dussīlasa sīla vipatya. And that is the first danger for this immoral person's life. What? That he loses the wealth because of his immoral behavior. That's what Prabhupada says. Punacha parang bhikkave dussīlasa sīla vipannasa pāpako skitti saddo abhugacchati. That again, a bad report circulate about an immoral person deficient in virtuous behavior. So Prabhupada says this person's the bad reputation or the name will spread everywhere. Before we go to this, if you're going to talk with someone, and before you have that, there are several people who tell us, oh, this person is not good, this person is unvirtuous, and even in the neighbors also they introduce, to put the labels on the people that this person is not good, he does not have the virtuous behavior. So Supreme Buddha says that is the second result person have it when he is immoral. Third one, Supreme Buddha explained, dussīlo sīla vipanno yamya deva parisam upasangamati yadi khattiya parisam, yadi brahmana parisam, yadi gahapati parisam, yadi samana parisam, avisarado upasangamati manku bhuto. Supreme Buddha says, again, whatever the assembly an immoral person deficient in virtuous behavior approaches, whether of Khattiya, it means the warrior, Brahmins, higher one, the householders, or the ascetics, he approaches it timid and disconcerted. This is third danger that Supreme Buddha mentioned. So what happens when the person is immoral? what happens when he goes to this people? That whenever he wants to talk, there is always someone who knows about his behavior. And if you, oh, he's a liar, oh, he's the destroyer of the family, he's a heavy drinker, do not care about his words. Several people are there to tell about you. And that the person wants to hide himself. So, what is the best way to hide? Do not speak anything in front of anyone than it. So what it explains, this person, mangkupans, it means stays calm and quiet. Do not speak a single word in front of them. Avisaratu does not go with a brave heart. He's always there hiding, becoming shy person. He's not a shy, but he shows that behavior in front of them. Because what the people might say about him, they may insult him in that. So that fear of getting scolded in front of all of them, it is there in his mind. That's why Supreme Buddha explained, wherever this immoral person goes in, whatever the community, it may be the Brahmins, it may be the Kshatriya, the warrior clans, it may be the householders, and there is always this person stays shy. If you have done something wrong, and when you visited your friends and something, and if you have done something toward them, what do you do? We also hide ourselves. We cannot get direct eye contact with them because we know what we have done something wrong. So we may be there, but we are always frightened what the next person might say about us. We know he's not lying, but still, it may ruin our reputation in others' eyes. So that is the thing Supreme Buddha mentioned as for this. This is the third one. Right? See, then Supreme Buddha explained, Punacha parang bhikkave dussilo sila vipanno samulo kalam karoti. Ayang bhikkave chatutto adina dussila sila vipatya. The person, again, an immoral person, deficient in virtuous behavior, dies confused. So what is the confusion in him? We have heard that when we are age of dying, when we are close to death, that all the different kinds of thoughts arise in us. For some people, there is a fear. For some people, there is a greed. Some people, there is a remorse in them. The greed is there that all the time that I have seen in my own eyes, that where is my heart? Where is these things? What happened to this goods what we had? All the time they ask about it. Does not want to depart from the single drop of the chain or anything. If they have used or if they have given to someone, they start to scold that. That happens when excessive greed is there. Where it will take them to confused life because of unvirtuous behavior. You may have seen that there is hatred is also there in few people. Hatred, what they have done to us, that is also because of unvirtuous behavior that they hold. Confusion of death, when the person is, what we call, does not know, hasn't collected the merits. So the fear of that, where it will take. In several suttas it mentioned, when you are close to that, then there are deities comes in front of you. It may be come from the hell, and they stays in front of you. And the person who has died, that stage that can see that person can see them, and the fear striking him. Oh, I haven't done something. So that is there. Some persons have the remorse in their life. I haven't done something good in my life. And where this life will take me. So this confused state they have in that moment does not hold a single thought, does not come a single thought in their mind to, yes, I have collected these good things. Let this be the stairs for me to climb to heaven. It does not come. Always confused state. That is the Supreme Buddha explaining. That this is there. Then Supreme Buddha explained, Punaja parang bhikkave dussilo sila vipanno kaya sabheda parang marana apayam duggating vinipatang nirayam upapachati. Supreme Buddha explained again, because the immoral person with the breakup of body after death is reborn in the plane of misery, in a bad destination, in the lower world, in hell. What the Supreme Buddha explained, the person who person does not have the virtuous behavior, he reborns in such a place, which is called the hell. And in the Vimanavattu, not Viman, in the Petavattu, we can hear that, we can see that. What is the result of non-virtuous people or immoral behavior? Supreme Buddha explained these are the 5 dangers for having this immoral behavior. Because his deficiency in virtuous behavior, incapability, or is not following properly. So these are the 5 dangers. Now we can see what are the benefits are. Supreme Buddha explained, Panchime bhikkhave anisansa. Because there are 5 benefits. Sīlavanto, Sīla Sampadaya. For a virtuous person, because of his accomplishment in virtuous behavior. So, because of his completely virtuous, there are 5 benefits he will get because of it. And what are the 5? Supreme Buddha explained, Ida bhikkave sīlava sīla sampano appamadadi karanang mahantang bhoga khandang adhigacchati. Completely opposite of first one, that he loses all the wealth. Supreme Buddha explained here, a virtuous person accomplished in virtuous behavior accumulate much wealth because of hatefulness. Supreme Buddha explained, because of this, he gained the wealth. If you do not have any addiction to your life, then what you do? You spend the more time in doing good work, or you spend your time to earn the money, or you do not spend that uselessly. So what happened because of it? That the wealth is automatically collected. So Supreme Buddha explained that is the first benefit of virtuous behavior. Simply think about, if you do not have the virtue, what condition you may have now, how you will feel, how your life will be. You can imagine that sometime. And whatever the virtue we follow, I never say that we are completely, we have difficulties to follow the virtue, but we are not immoral people. We are not. Some difficulties, time to time we break the precepts, but we do not spend entire time in that. something. What we do, always because of our virtuous behavior, what happened? We spend time with our family to make our family strong. That if we do not have the virtue, in the love in the family cannot grow. We see the separations is always there with the immoral families, with immoral people. The love what we have to our kids, we also hope that they may live the virtuous life because virtue has brought the happiness for us. So it may bring to them that we see, that we hope, that we make. That is also wealth. The comfort, the luxury, the happiness what we have in our life, that is the result of our virtuous behavior. Mahata Bhova Khandena, it means the excessive wealth, the huge wealth, but wealth can be described in different ways. It's not only just the money. Simple thing, if we do not have the virtue, what will happen? If we have the addiction of drinking, and we will be unable to go to the work, or we are unable to work somewhere, then what happened? Whatever we are earning today, we may lose it. So what we have the wealth, it is a result of our good behavior. That is the result of our virtue. So remember that. Non-virtuous persons spend most of the time to think about how to engage himself in immoral activities. But the virtuous person identity is that when the person breaks any precepts, what? He tries to correct himself or herself. That is the sign for development in the Dhamma. See that whatever the wrong things happen, he is unable to hide it. You know? That is the nature we should develop in our life. Because we are always trying to follow the noble ones. And the quality of noble one is that they are unable to hide their wrongdoing. That's so Supreme Buddha explained, such a wealth you gain from having the virtuous behavior. What? That all the wealth you gain from it. Wealth of health, the wealth of happiness in your life, the wealth of security or jobs in your life. Those are the wealth you get. You will get the wealth of family members. You will see addicted people who has a drinking problem. We do not go and talk with them. We do not spend the time. We do not want to spend the holidays with them because that may influence on us also. I'm saying the heavy drinkers, we try to avoid the company of them. If we see them, we talk only 2 or 3 words. But if the person is not having such a problems, what happens? The kids, the grandkids, they also like to spend the time on that time with us. That is the benefit, that is the wealth we gain from it. So whenever you feel that you have the happy family, whenever you feel that all the people are talking to you, enjoying the company of you, remember that is the wealth because of your good behavior, because of your virtuous behavior. Supreme Buddha says that Punacha parang bhikkave sīla sampanno sīlavanto sīla sampannassa kalyano kirti saddo āvu gacchati. So the good name, again the virtuous person, accomplishing virtuous behavior is acquired a good reputation. Automatically his good name is spread all over the place, wherever you go. See, if you are a good person, where you are working, what happened? Your boss know very well that who you are. You're good. You do not have to tell to other people that you are good. Even in your bad, they always say something good about you. But for you cannot say about immoral person. Sometimes people say the wrong, bad words in front of you, and the bad behind you, there is no measure of it. Always they say because of this person. So for the virtuous behavior, what it does, it stops people from saying those words behind us. They always praise you. They always. You may have some wrong things, but they will always say something good about you because of your virtuous behavior. So that good name is spread everywhere. That is the important thing we should understand. Ayam bhikkhave dutyo anisanso silavanto si sampada. Supreme Buddha explained, Punacha parang bhikkhave sila sampanno yang deva parisangapo upasangamati. The virtuous person, wherever he visits, it may be the warriors people, or the Brahman community, or the Gurpati, the householder community, or the Samana community, the ascetics. Visarado upasankamati amanku bhuto. He went there, he goes there with the confident. He approached them with the confident, confidently and composed. So that is the third benefit that you will find. You see, when you have a good behavior, when you are a good person, you can go and ask. If you haven't done anything wrong, then automatically the courage comes to you. And you can go and ask anyone. You may be shy, but you haven't done something wrong. No one is there who can accuse you. If you haven't done something wrong, and you may have the shy behavior, even though you have a strength and courage to reply that person, ask that person. Means today you may not find the warrior clan, but you can directly say about the police officers. You know, whenever the police officers approach to you, if you haven't done anything wrong, will you be frightened about it? About them? No. Why not? Because you know from here that you haven't done anything wrong. That thing Supreme Buddha explained. Visarado. The fear is not there. The confident. You know? If you go to any church or any places, go to temple, if you haven't done anything wrong, you may be a little bit shy, you may be a little bit worried what I will ask or what you will say, but you will not be frightened about them that they will inquire about you or they will say anything to you. No. You will be confident in that, why you are there. If you are a virtuous person, if any monk asks you the question, what you will do? You are able to answer it. That is called amankubu. It's not shy, open. His person is speaking, is giving answer properly. That is the benefit. That is the benefit of virtue. Just remember, all the benefits we are having today, aren't we? We have. In some extent, we have these all things. Just we have to see that yes, I am having it. It will boost your confidence on virtuous behavior. Again. Supreme Buddha explained, Punaja parang bhikkave silavanto asamullo palanka. There is no confusion. There is no confusion in me. Completely aware. Awareness is there, not frightened. The person thinks that I may have not gained so much generosity. I haven't done so much generosity, but I have led my life. I can say my life was blameless. No one can blame me. No one can. Not my family members, not the society. No one can. That confidence when it is there because of virtue. There is no fear. There is no fear. Even for any wrongdoing, this the deities from the hell comes to you and they ask you to come with them. The Mara king asks us, do you remember, have you done anything good things in your life? And for this person, yes, I have. There is a one sutta called Yama Sutta, and it mentioned that even the king of the hell also asks that if you have done something good, then he can place you in the better place. That thing, for the virtuous person, it is always possible. If he has done, if any cause, any reason, he may go in front of this young king of hell, then there is a chance as he can come back, or he can spend less time in there because of his virtuous behavior. And he knows very well in his heart, so there is no confusion for him. There is no confusion. In the Dhamma's eyes, Supreme Buddha has praised the virtue in many, many ways. In several ways, Supreme Buddha explained what the virtue does to us. So, when the person knows about virtue, there is no confusion for him. There is no confusion. There is no going to the hell. Always goes to heaven. That is the fifth benefit. Supreme Buddha explained that Sīlava Sīla Sampanno Kaya Sabheda Parang Marana Sugating Sakang Lokang Uppajjati. Again, with the breakup of the body, after that, a virtuous person accomplished in virtuous behavior is reborn in the good destination in heavenly world. This is the fifth benefit dimension of having for the virtuous person accomplishing virtue. So these are the 5 benefits of Buddha mentioned. You can see these in your very life. Are you having this or not? Are you seeing these all benefits or not? If you see this, then remember, these are the result of your behavior. If not, then remember, there is still work you have to do to purify yourself, to correct yourself, to correct your mistakes. And in Supreme Buddha's dispensation, there is always forgiveness. Always forgiveness is there. And you do not have to pay for it. You're always there, the virtuous. Just you know yourself what you have done something wrong. Accept it. This was my heedless on that time, and that's why I break these precepts. I will be more careful about it in next time. And when you have that mind in heart in you that I will correct myself in future, then there is always chance that you are walking toward the virtuous behavior. And slowly, when you follow the path, automatically your virtue fulfills it. So all the things helps you to develop the virtue. Even the generosity helps you to gain the virtuous behavior. Even the precepts help you to develop the virtuous behavior. One simple thing is to explain. The virtuous person is capable to attain the jhanas. Not virtuous person is not. Immoral person cannot attain the jhanas. So remember that. Remember that what the virtue gives us. So having that thought, be or practice the virtue with the more diligence in your life. So it will help you to boost your confidence in that. So may this Sīlasutta be helpful for you to develop the diligence in practice of the virtue. May this sutta be helpful for you to realize the four noble truths of the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.